Welcome back, everybody. This is part 3. This is the August 2024 Wired Freedom. And actually, they call it the 2024 Plus. What is the Plus? Well, basically, it's the 2 batteries. So there you go. So that's a 2024 Plus versus a 2024. Extra battery, you start there. There are some other things that happen. We'll go over those. Okay, so let's just start at the front and the back. And this bike is almost 100% stock in this configuration. This one has the stock controller on it. The other controller is not on at the time, so it's in the stock configuration. And I see bar ends and a couple other things. So let's just try to touch on it. Okay, let's get it going here. Again, Kendas, we got the same tires on the Kendas. So we went to guide fork. This one's a through axle. So we got a through axle fork on this, so a little bit better. So once again, innovation. So that's nice. The big thing on this bike's the big showstopper. What's the big deal about all these bikes? Here we go. The main battery and the rear battery. In this version, we got a rear rack mounted battery, all for the same money. That was a killer deal. So a 20 amp in the front, 15 amp in the back, you got 35 amp hours, you can go for days. So if you're gonna go put it down out there, this is the bike to grab. So if you got a big long ride ahead of you, this is the one out of the stable to grab and go. So let's start it off. We did the tires, we did the fork. We'll come up here again, same grips again for the third time. For the second time, we got our bar ends. Big shout out to Billet BMX. And again, you're getting pretty used to that rear view mirror by now. And we did make the swap from the top to the bottom with the display. And that's great too. Still like that. It's the way to go in my opinion. Went with a different seat. I got this seat. This was, it showed up. So whoever sent me this seat, thanks. I mean, there was nothing. This seat just showed up and it just said for review. I don't know what that means because I wasn't even a YouTuber or anything. So this seat showed up and I'm glad they didn't ask for it because it's not very good. So it's not a very good seat. It doesn't really keep you planted. It either wants to, it kind of wants to shove you forward unless you pull the nose up all the way. Those grippy things in the back aren't very grippy. They kind of slick, kind of push you forward. Pedals on this one. Also the pedals on the other ones changed too. I didn't go over that because the Nefarious, the bike in part 2 had really nice pedals on that one. I missed that one though. But these are just cheap. That's an Amazon find. I just got it because it kind of matched the bike. So there's that. Let's see. What really super changed besides the batteries and all that and the fork? There was like a lot of little things that happened, but mainly this turned into a distance bike. You know, this is for everybody who's like, I need a bigger battery, and a lot of people were going out and buying extra batteries for the back racks. So that showed the need for a longer distance bike. So that's kind of how that was born. There was a lot of people in the groups contacting other companies and trying to find these bikes and battery blenders and all this kind of stuff. That was the big push right before these came out. So it was nice when Wired came out and took care of that, so you didn't have to. So it gave you a good starting point. So I've seen where some guys, and I'm going to find him. There's a guy in Sacramento, California, that designed a different rack for this in the back, and it's built on the same premise, but he uses 2 of the 15s, but he has them mounted at angles like saddlebags. What that does for him is it takes all this weight from up here and it moves it down here and it moves it more forward. So I really like this setup. It was just a custom made and it had the same mounting points on it, but it just looked like, I was like, wow, now that's good. Also, my cousin also did one, and he did the same thing. But we might be able to get his, but he sold his rack, but I think he has pictures of it. So that's a really cool idea to do the shotgun stack. So it's like saddlebags, but your saddlebags are batteries. And then it leaves the top on the front. On the top, it's all empty on the top. So that keeps the weight lower. And then you can strap your bags and everything, and the bag will sit lower rather than be, like 3 inches taller. It'll be 3 inches lower, so a little easier to get on and off your bike. Adding these batteries and the new batteries, the 72 volters, have done one thing. That has made these bikes a little heavier. And you're going to notice the weight. But are you going to notice the weight when you're riding? That's the main thing. And if you use these bikes kind of for their intended purpose, I don't really see a problem. And a matter of fact, I do see an advantage at riding on the street at speed with a little extra weight. I think that the way the weight is distributed on the new Predator and the new Warrior, it looks better to me just in the photos. When I get it in hand, I'll be able to test it, be able to tell you if that's true or not. But they just look more stable, and I think they'll be more stable at speed. So you may think, well, it's a little too heavy. But I don't know if you look at the whole time you use the bike and where you ride. There's always going to be somebody that has something to pick apart. So we'll get past that. But I think with the new 72 volters, they did a good job. This bike right here was a godsend for people that wanted range. This is great. Everything to like about the 2024, except you got more range and you got some better stuff. You got a better fork on this one. You got your extra battery. They improved the linkage. They did a little bit different windings on the motor. So you get a little higher top end speed, so you can get that legit over 40 miles an hour. Some people can pull, depending on your body weight or how you have it set up or however you calculate speed, you might see 44, you might see 46. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe you guys see 156. I don't know. I don't care. I mean, if you're happy with it, it's fine. I'm not the speed police. You get what you get, and that's fine if that works for you. Because I can't take my speed numbers at 230 and match them against a guy that's 150. So there's always somebody manipulating a speed thing or whatever. Don't pay it any mind. Does the bike work for you? That's fine. Does it have giddy up and go? It does. So for me, this is a legit bike. It's well into the 40s. Even with me on it at 230, I can still be in the 40s. Not a problem. Can I go higher or fast? That's fine. It's just, how much road do you want to take to get up to whatever speed? I mean, that's another big thing too. These things get up to speed pretty quick. And that's what you want. You want to stay with the flow of traffic. You want these bikes to get the speed going quickly. You don't want, oh, I got up to 50, but it took me 3 miles to get up to 50. I mean, who's got 3 miles to get up to 50? So I can be there for 2 seconds and then get back down, and then my battery's completely wasted. So at some point, there's a rub with top speed. Top speed is probably the thing that's not very important with these bikes, but the new bikes that are coming, that's just a baked in thing. They can do it. It won't be the reason that it's going to be the acceleration more than anything. It's going to be that torque, and it's going to be jumping up the speed, and it's going to be keeping up with traffic. That's what's going to do it for the new 72s. And I think the people are really going to like at speed. When you're cruising at 30 miles an hour on one of the newer bikes, I think you're going to feel it. And because you're also going to feel it because of the Innova tires. The Innova tires on regular road are going to work a lot better than the Kendas. So you have that too. So very excited about the next bike. This bike is no slouch though. If you have one, you know it. If you need to get one, now's a great time to pick one up. We got some good weather rolling in, and now's the time. So it's a great bike to have. 60 volt is great, especially maybe you're not in the 200 to like the 230 to 240, 250, 300 pound club. If you're into that, maybe the 72 volt is your bike. Though these bikes can handle it, it's always nice to have a little extra. Got to get up those hills. All right, so that's the 3-part series. these are the 3 bikes. The 4th bike is coming. It's a Predator, 2025 Predator, and it's in Wicked Red, and we can't wait for it on the channel. I can't wait for it in person. That's going to be the bike. It has everything that I've ever talked to people about what we want in bikes. You know, dual motors, you know, dual batteries, 72 volts. I mean, isn't that what we've been talking about for like the last 2.5 years? I don't know about you, but it's all I've been talking about. So I'm really excited for it to come, and there's going to be a tremendous amount of content made with that bike. And we're going to take on the world. All right. See you guys in the next one.